There we go. We got a little track change for you young boys. We go all the way from Vegas to Kentucky. Can I get a good old Kentucky? Yeah!
How's it going, guys? Back on iRacing, back in the NORC League. We are back for season number 8 of the league in NORC, but my second season, first full-time season in NORC. Here we are at Kentucky. This is the second race of the season. The first race at Daytona, I will just outright say it was not the greatest entertaining race. Nothing really happened. If you want to go check it out, it's on MaxBTV's channel, the full race, if you want to go check it out. But nothing really happened for me. I'll just say I finished 11th, and it was kind of boring. So I really had no footage to show. I had no idea what to talk about. So we move on to Kentucky. This race was supposed to be at Las Vegas, but with iRacing's new patch that came in on Tuesday, Las Vegas was actually broken. The pit exit was literally broken. You could not exit pit road without getting a black flag no matter where you exited. So that was pretty bad. Qualifying, we run a 30.65, second provisionally, but it ended up being 5th overall. NORC is more difficult for me than NIS. In NIS, I'm not in top split yet. So when I do get an NIS top split, if I do get an NIS top split, that will be very difficult. But NORC right now has a lot of good racers, and you can see we just struggled a little bit in qualifying. Wasn't able to find the extra tenth that we needed to get Benjamin, who was on pole. So green flag is out at Kentucky. You see the new paint scheme, courtesy of Ben Horton. I almost said Ben Nelson because Nelson qualified on pole, but Ben Horton made that paint scheme for me. That's the second of 3 paint schemes, second of 3 Gordon-esque paint schemes, 1 Exalta scheme. I'll race the other DuPont scheme next week, and this a little patriotic scheme that we have as well, customized one, kind of like a combination of Jimmy Johnson's current Lowe's patriotic one with Gordon's flame. So going to lap 3, we're trying to get into the top 5 by passing the 56, but a caution comes out. No big deal. Don't think we have the speed to win this race because we were a 10th off in qualifying, so that kind of worries me, but we'll see. The 10 car coming out of turn 2. Wiggle, 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 wiggle some more, and spins. Now, I don't think that should be a caution, but he is kind of sideways, almost stopped on the racetrack, so iRacing, the algorithm, kind of thinks that's a caution. So we come down pit road, go back onto the racetrack. Some guys decided to stay out, but not a lot. So we restart in 9th place. And let's see what we can do here from P9. Ben is right in front of us. We got Will Klein, our teammate, in the 48. We have 3. Well, we have a big team. I'm part of TCB Motorsports, as Will gets a little bit loose coming out of 2. I'm part of TCB Motorsports. We have a 7-car team basically. It contains Cody Miller, Hunter Combs. You see Hunter there in the 29. Myself, TCB, obviously Tyrell Baker, Femi, Sean Williams. Did I get everyone? I think I'm missing someone. I must be missing someone in there. I think I only got 6, but I'm sorry. I'll remember the last person here eventually in my mind. But we're trying to pass Matt Hummel here in the 93. We get around him. Then the league owner, John Barry, a.k.a. Revan, is trying to pass us on the bottom in that 74. He's also in a Lowe's-esque Cobalt paint scheme, so I kept getting John and Will mixed up because Will is in the 48 Cobalt scheme behind me and John is in a Cobalt scheme in front of me, so it's really confusing. But we're able to get side by side next to our teammate in the 29 of Hunter, and we're trying to get past him. The bottom lane at Kentucky, not the best, as you could tell. Can't really get the run coming out of the corners, and it's just because I'm kind of scared to get on the throttle. That's really it. It's kind of difficult to get on the throttle, and we might get a little bit loose. This was the new build as well, first day on the new build, so the setups and the car handling in this car was a little bit different. We're able to get around Hunter. We try to go after Caden Henry as well in that 19 car, trying to just get a run. Coming out of turn 2, same thing, show our nose, and should be able to get the pass made here in 3 and 4. Use that little seam there, but we get the pass made and just slide up the track. So we get back in a P6. This is kind of where we have been running for most of the race. Caution flag comes out, and we get back in line. Now here's what the caution was for. K1 speed, Keaton Jones in the 16. There's the 10 again, and that was not the 10's car fault that time. That was not the 10's fault. 16 came down there, and caution comes out. But again, I don't think that should be a caution. The 16's not completely sideways. You know what I mean? Like, he saved it, so I don't really get that. We restart. We are in the top 5 again. We go visit our team owner, Tyrell Baker, TCB. He's there in the 25 car in the Aquafina, beautiful car. coming out of turn 2. He's just minding his own business, and the 10 gets loose. No, TCB. No, not TCB, my owner, no. My owner is done. It was because of the 10 losing control again coming out of turn 2. That's the second time, and he's been involved in all 3 cautions. The second caution wasn't his fault, but you can't lose control like that twice, and now my owner is completely done. Here's James Kolabai, and James, what are you doing? Why do you have so much rear brake bias in your car? Because you got on the brakes and your car just spun. I did that when I first started iRacing. I remember doing that. I was the self-spin king. I probably still am, but back to green flag racing. Unfortunately, gotta avenge my team owner. All of us have to avenge our team owner, big ass 7-car team that we have. And let's see what we can do here. Trying to pass our teammate again, Hunter. We've been trying to get past him for a good amount of this first part of the race. And it's just so difficult when you're running fixed setups to get a run, unless you're just better than the other guy, which I don't think I am. So when you're like the same talent level, it's like, well, damn, how do you get around him? That was why track position is so important, unless you're like the super duper fast guy. So trying to get around Hunter this entire time, and we finally get a good run going through 1 and 2, able to peek the nose down there. We are there, and we will pass on the bottom lane in 3 and 4. He lets us go as well. Good teammate work, and we enter the top 5. So back in the top 5 for the first time in a little bit. We've always been around 6th or 7th, now 5th. And caution comes out on lap 31. Not really able to get a long green flag run. I kind of wish we would, because I want to know what my car has on the green flag run. Get ready for our next restart. Green flag's back out, and we get a bad restart. A very bad, probably one of my worst restarts. I mean, look at the car in front of us on the inside lane, how far ahead he is. We really did a bad job there. And we get behind Hunter again, and you know, we have to try to pass him again. So that's how it is. Hunter gets around the 56. Now we have to try to get around the 56 car here on lap 39. 56 is trying to get around Hunter in 29, and we're all trying to get around each other. And we just gotta be pretty patient here. Drive it into turn 1, try to get not on the bottom lane but on that seam. Now we drive it to the bottom lane. Gotta go somewhere. I mean, you gotta be able to try to make a pass, but again, not really able to come up. I think I'm being a little bit too conservative, because when I look back at it on the replay, I'm not coming up enough. I'm not sliding up to give myself more room. The number 3 of Femi, he gets underneath us and we let him go. He came from the back of the pack, so he's pretty fast. We just try to follow him through. No point of trying to fight someone who's 15 times faster than you at the moment. Caution flag is out. We are in P7 on lap 50. That's basically the end of the stage. We get some stage points as well, 4 stage points. I will keep track of the championship points for you guys as well, because we're doing the full season. So green flag is out in again on lap 55. We get back into 5th place with a really good restart, so we were able to get a better restart there. Trying to get back around Hunter. Gotta be a little bit patient though. We just restarted the race. Hunter's trying to get around Ben as well. We're all nose to tail, and we're just gonna fall back here and stay behind him. Benjamin's going after Anthony Emery in the 44 up there. We are going to go after Hunter and try to make this bottom lane work. Again, very difficult to pass at Kentucky. Looks like Justin Lisenby is up there in the lead in the 31 car. He's doing a good job in leading most of this race. We're on the bottom lane again. Let's try to slide up just a little bit. And there's contact made. No! Save the car, save the car, save the car. We're good, we're fine. We saved it. Hunter gets on the radio. He apologizes. And, yeah, I mean, it's a racing deal, but, you know, I would say it was kind of his fault. He came down there a little bit. He didn't give me a lot of room coming out of the corner, so it kind of is his fault. But again, he apologized, although we are teammates, so I think that Thursday meeting is going to be a little bit controversial. You know, it's a little controversy there. We got to have a talk, got to sort it out as teammates. But I was not very angry. I was more upset with just losing the track position, because it's already incredibly hard to pass when everyone's fast. And now we are back in 13th place, and we have to pass guys like Jared and Bobby Cheney, who are really fast. So here we go. And yep, that's... Remember how I said the one before was Hunter's fault? Yep, I have nothing to say now, because that's definitely my fault, and you'll see on the replay. The caution comes out for that. I apologize immediately. I didn't even have my car saved, and I keyed the mic, and I apologized. You can see in the replay, I just misjudged the braking. It's that simple. Bobby had every right to take that lane. I drove it in deep, maybe thinking I was there, and I just misjudged it. First time I misjudged it all race, but when I did misjudge it, I misjudged it badly, and really badly, so I'm not happy with myself about that at all. Apologize to Bobby again. So here we go, restarting. We're in P12. We haven't gotten our track position back. It's again really difficult to pass. As you see, John Barry and Spencer, Angry Spence, Angry Peanut is battling side by side with a caution coming out again. So I don't know if that's 6, 7 cautions. A lot of cautions in this race. Going back green again. Green flag is out. We try to get a good restart. Not great. We could be side by side with Jared if we timed it right. Instead, I'm side by side with Revan. So not the best of restarts. Jared comes up the track into that top lane where you kind of want to be. And Revan's on the bottom. We get a little bit tight. We hit a bump there in the middle of 1 and 2. Gets tight, moves up the track, and Revan's going to be able to clear us. Now we're trying to get around Will and Spencer, but they're side by side, nowhere for us to go. We have the 26 of Matthew behind us as well. Just trying to get around our teammate. Will comes up the track. I'm trying not to run into him this time. I get a little bit just thrown off when I didn't have the entry point into turn 3, so we missed the entry completely. Allow the 26 to get underneath us, but we're going to be able to get around him and clear him. Will's coming back, coming out of turn 4. We're going to get underneath Will and make up 1 spot. Every spot matters, though, because it's just so difficult to pass. So we get around our teammate. Now Spencer is up next, heading in 2, 3, and 4. Will's going to come back on the inside, and contact is made. No! We have to save it again. Save it, save it, save it, save it. And second save of the race. Unfortunately, I save it, but again, we lose 7 to 8 spots, and again, it's contact from a teammate, so that conversation on Thursday amongst the team's gonna be really interesting. Was that net code? Yes, it was a little bit of net code, but Will also apologized. He did the same thing I did. He completely overdrove the corner and misjudged it. It happens. No reason to really get that upset. It's just the team conversation. TCB Motorsports. We're gonna have some talking to do. Gotta race each other a little bit more clean. And so we're back in P18, lap 93. We only have about 30 laps to go. Aaron there on the inside lane goes for a spin in the inside wall. He just completely lost it coming out of 2. Caution comes out, which I desperately needed because I could not make up any ground. So difficult to pass. Green flag's back out. We only have about 25 laps to go. The goal is get in the top 10 somehow. We're in 19th right now. I don't know how we're going to get in the top 10. As you can see, they're 3 wide in front of us. So what are you going to do? How are you going to get in the top 10? It's going to be definitely really difficult. There's a spin that looks like Spencer that goes for a spin, but no caution comes out because I guess that's not a caution. The one earlier in the race is, but the one for Spencer isn't, which I'm completely okay with because we have to try to make some passes. 3 wide in front of us. We're going to try and go to the top lane behind the 75 that looks like, or the 5. No, that's the 5 of Jarrett Liebert. And we're going to follow him a little bit. Just trying to get anywhere through, trying to find a gap through the middle anywhere. There's, oh boy, Trey Galgun slows up a little bit. We get some contact with him. Don't know what that was about. He just kind of slowed up in the middle of the corner. He's kind of holding us up here, so I try to take it 3 wide. Looks like the 9 there is there as well. I think we're 3 wide right now. Contact is made, and save it, save it, save it, save it, save it, save it, save it. Nobody hit me. Oh, and we're good. Okay, 3rd save of the race. We still don't have a lot of damage. Let's see what happened here on that replay. The 49 of Trey just, I don't know what that was. He just stopped in the middle of the corner, and I had to get around him. So when I'm trying to get around him, we go 3 wide, and apparently we're 4 wide. I had no idea we were 4 wide here. We're 4 wide, and there's the hook. And there we go. Looks like Nathan's dying, and he's flipped over. But let's look back at it. Did I come down? This is an interesting deal, because I didn't think I came down in the car, and I looked on the replay, and I could have just slid up more. The 9 did come up. He was coming up, but I was also coming down. So it was like the combination of 2. However, I should have also been closer to the car to my outside. I thought we were 3 wide. I didn't know we were 4 wide. So Nathan also goes to the inside wall. I don't know what happened on that wreck. I want it, like, because I'm you know, I'd like to say I'm humble, I'm nice. I kind of want to take responsibility for that, but I don't technically think it was my fault. So we go down pit road. You notice a lot of cars did not go down pit road. We went down pit road just in case, run 2 laps, you never know. So this is the 2nd lap after the restart, and looks like there's a wreck in front of us. There's a wreck. We got a wreck avoidance challenge, and we do a good job. Wreck avoidance challenge. We just went right through the middle. I didn't keep my foot in it. I got on the brakes a little bit, but, I didn't full throttle it in there. You can see the wreck up in front, and we just shoot through the gap in the middle. It just opened up for us very nicely. I think the 21 was going for the same gap, and he wasn't able to make it. So let's see what happened. Revan and the 26, and Revan, John, what do you... See, even good drivers make mistakes, man. John just, he pulled the Logano on Eric Jones at Pocono last week. He just thought he was clear and wasn't clear and went down and hooked him. So, going back to pit road strategy, the cars that didn't pit on the last caution, they decide to come down pit road. I stay out because I already pitted about 2 laps ago. So, 2 lap older tires will make a little bit of a difference, but hopefully not a lot. We gain a lot of track position. Restart in P6. Didn't get a good restart on there. I don't know what happened there. It looks like the 59 of Bobby knew when Femi was going to go. So I wasn't really happy about that because then he was just able to go up to the top. So that I'm not okay with. So I don't know what that was about. But we're in P6. Justin Lisenby, who's been leading a lot of the race in the 31, he took 4 tires. So when he got to my inside, we're not even going to, you know, there's no fight. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but he has 2 lap fresher tires and he's faster. So just put that combination together, he's going to get past. Anthony Emery also gets past. Benjamin Nelson, who also pitted, also gets past. So the goal here is just get a top 10. Once the race doesn't really go the way you thought it would go, you just want to get a top 10. So we're behind Will. Will and I are both on the same strategy, same tires, and we basically have the same speed of cars. So I'm trying to pass him, but it's really difficult when both the drivers have the same talent level, same setups, same cars, same everything, same tires, same everything. So trying to get around him, not able to get around him. Jared gets around us. He has fresher tires as well. Anthony gets a little bit loose right in front. Don't know what happened. We're able to pass him, and he loses a lot of spots. You can see in the mirror, he goes back a couple of spots, which is really unfortunate. We drop into P9. Revin, or no, that's not Revin. That is Revin. John Barry is on the inside trying to get past us. Will gets a little bit up the track. We are finally able to get past Will. 2 Cobalt cars, 2 Lowe's cars in our mirror. We're trying just to desperately hang on in the top 10 with only a couple laps to go. Revin will eventually get around us as we just can't really fight enough. He has those fresher tires as well. But even if he does get around us, we will still be in that 9th place area, which is where I want to be. 2 laps to go. And then on the white flag lap, we have Hunter. Who else? The 29 car. We've been behind him for most of the race trying to pass him. But Hunter's going to be right in front of us. And we're going to come out of turn 4. And even though it was not the race we wanted, it's a top 10 finish. I will gladly take it from a 40 car field. So top 10. P9, we didn't have the fastest car, probably had like maybe a top 6, top 7 car, ended up P9 after going all the way to the back, used pit strategy to get back up towards the front. Femi wins the race, we give him a little congratulatory bump, and Femi a lot wins the race. He is your winner, and he's going to burn it down on the video as well. Congrats Femi. For us, it was an interesting race. I completely dumped someone in Bobby Cheney that I felt bad for. We got contact with both of our teammates, Hunter and Will, that shouldn't happen, but then again, mistakes happen. And then the 4 wide incident, which I still don't know. I think it's just a racing incident because I should have noticed or known to slide up a little bit more, and that's something I struggle with on iRacing a little bit, is sliding up and taking as much room as possible. But the 9 was also coming up as well. So racing incident. Guys, like the video, make sure to like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, comment down below. Again, congratulations to Femi. I mean, he's pretty good doing the burnouts, but the smoke is black, which I don't really understand that. But congrats to Femi. First win of the season. We'll be back next week. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
I can't change. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I tried. My love, she keeps me warm.